Section 1.2.9 High-Level Cloud Architecture How Everything Fits Together. Up to now, the cloud may have felt like a toolbox, a collection of powerful things, useful things, and yet something was missing, because knowing the tools is not the same as understanding the system. Sooner or later, a quiet question appears. It usually does. How does all of this actually work together? Not on a slide, not in theory, but in the real world, where traffic spikes without warning and mistakes don't ask for permission. This is where architecture begins. Not with services, not with code, with intent. Architecture is the set of decisions you make before things go wrong, knowing that one day they will. Imagine someone opening an online store. A normal day, a normal click, nothing special. But the system wakes up instantly. Before any logic runs, there is already structure. The request does not fall into randomness. It enters a space that was prepared long before it arrived. A private space, deliberately shaped. Some parts of this space face the outside world. Others are kept away, not because they are secret, but because they must be protected. That separation is where many systems either survive or quietly fail later. And this space does not exist in just one place. It exists more than once, so when a part of it disappears, the system barely notices. This is the first place where bad architecture shows itself. When traffic arrives, it is not welcomed blindly. That would be careless, and instead, it is received calmly, measured, distributed. No single machine carries the full weight. No single failure gets to decide the outcome. Nothing useful has happened yet. And that restraint matters. Only now does computation begin. The request reaches code that thinks, briefly, just long enough to decide what needs to happen next. And then it lets go. It does not remember. It does not hold on. Because the moment compute starts carrying memory, the system becomes fragile. And fragility always waits for the worst possible moment. If you've ever watched a system struggle under sudden load, you know exactly where this goes wrong. So memory is moved elsewhere. Shared, replaceable. Compute becomes disposable. And that, paradoxically, is what makes it reliable. By now, the system has learned to separate thinking, memory, and storage. Files never belonged in the thinking layer anyway. They are heavy. They linger. Images, documents, static content. They live somewhere stable, somewhere designed to endure rather than react. This part of the system is intentionally boring, and that boredom is a feature. Copies of these files drift closer to users around the world. Not because someone manually pushed them there, but because the architecture allowed it. Speed becomes natural, not forced. When the system needs real data, it reaches inward. Carefully, deep inside, databases remember. They remember slowly, deliberately, correctly. They are shielded from direct pressure, hidden behind layers that absorb impact before it reaches them. Most systems do not fail because databases are wrong. They fail because databases are overwhelmed. This is where things usually start to bend. Caching steps in quietly. It answers questions before the database even notices them. On calm days, it feels like efficiency. On difficult days, it feels like the difference between control and chaos. And then comes the moment every system must face. Traffic surges. Background work piles up. Nothing can happen all at once. This is where queues matter. Instead of panicking, the system waits. It lines work up. It breathes. If you've ever watched logs scroll faster than you can read, this is the moment you wish you had designed for. Queues accept reality. They don't fight it. And while all of this happens, permissions are always present. Quiet, unforgiving, every component knows exactly what it is allowed to do. And just as importantly, what it is not allowed to do. When something breaks, and it will, the damage stops early. Not because the system is perfect, but because it was designed with limits. From the outside, none of this is visible. The page loads. The button responds. The purchase completes. No drama. Behind that simplicity is discipline and experience. This is what high-level cloud architecture really is. Not boxes, not arrows, but flow. Knowing where things belong before you deploy them. Knowing how systems fail before they do. And when you can tell this story clearly, slowly, without diagrams or lists, you are no longer just using the cloud. You are shaping systems that endure. End of section 1.2.9.